This is Karen.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Shane.
Today we're looking at part 2 of the myth of Sisyphus. And the vocabulary words are cast.
Cast.
The little boy cast a small stone into the lake.
Ripe.
Ripe.
Those apples are ripe and ready to be eaten.
Steep.
Steep.
Be careful on those stairs. They are quite steep.
Summit.
Summit.
After days of climbing, Jean and her team finally reached the summit of the mountain.
Forever.
Forever.
Pat wished that he could live forever. So we're still talking about the myth of Sisyphus, right? And how he's not so likable.
Yes, and he's quite clever, right? He tricked death and was able to escape, right? But death still came after him.
That's right, because death was freed by the god of war.
Exactly.
Right?
So he's okay because he has another trick. When death comes to kill him, he's successful. He kills him.
Yes.
But before he died, he told his wife Merope, when he kills me, throw my body into the public square. So no burial, just very disrespectful. And so she did that. And then he went down to Styx, which is the river in the underworld.
That's right. Yeah. And when he went to the underworld, and then there was the goddess of the underworld called Persephone. And he complained to Persephone. He said, "Oh, my wife didn't give me a proper burial. I'm so angry. Please, let me go back to the land of the living and let me punish her."
Yeah.
And the goddess of the underworld, Persephone, said, okay, well, I'll give you 3 days to deal with Merope, okay?
Yes.
And then you have to come back. But
this is Sisyphus. Do you think he really came back?
No, he broke his promise.
So what's going to be his punishment? Is death going to come back for him? What's going to happen?
Or maybe he just like run away or escape again from all these tricks.
I'll tell you though, the myth of what happens is one of the most famous myths of punishment in the world.
Really?
It's a very, very cruel punishment that he will get.
Okay,
let's learn more.
Let's learn more, guys.
The myth of Sisyphus.
Sisyphus realized that death was coming for him, but he had another trick up his sleeve. He told his wife, Merope, that when he died, she should throw his body in the public square. Merope did as she was asked, and Sisyphus's body was cast to the shores of the river Styx in the underworld.
Today's lesson is called The Myth of Sisyphus, Part 2. Hello everyone, my name is Jeff.
And I'm Mike. Yes, it's Part 2. We have a lot to get through today, so hopefully you already read Part 1 with us yesterday. The most important thing is Sisyphus is a cunning Greek guy, but he's so cunning he's tried to trick the gods, and it hasn't worked out very well. He's made the gods angry. And so today, we're going to find out what happens if you're an average ancient Greek person like Sisyphus, and you do happen to make the gods angry. Here's the short version. Nothing good will happen.
Anyway, Sisyphus, he's a tricky guy, okay? He's a king, a tricky king, and today he is going to get punished. But before he gets punished, he's going to try to pull one more gag. Yes, Sisyphus realized that death was coming for him, but he had another trick up his sleeve.
Oh, one more trick to try to perform. He wants to try to trick death again, and we'll see how that works out. Let's see what his trick, though, is. What trick he has up his sleeve, what trick he's planning to use. He told his wife, Merope, that when he died, she should throw his body in the public square. That's an interesting way to begin a trick, but basically this is the sort of the dying wish of a man, or a man certainly telling his wife what he wants done. He says, when I die, I want you to take my body after I die and throw it into the public square. Throw it sort of into the central meeting area in the middle of the city, and we don't know what that's going to do.
So Sisyphus dies? Apparently, yeah, it says next, Merope did as she was asked, and Sisyphus's body was cast to the shores of the river Styx in the underworld. So He died.
He died.
But he's still going to get punished.
That's right.
Just you wait and see.
And he has one more trick that he wants to pull
Another
on the gods.
one?
Well, one
Oh
more
my
trick when
gosh.
he dies. This is his final performance, basically. So he does this, and then they take his body, and his body is cast to the shores of the river Styx in the underworld. Cast is an interesting word when we use it as a verb. Basically, it means to throw or to put something somewhere. But you're doing it with some force, with some determination. You're not sort of like, I don't know if I should do this. No, I'm doing this. And it's often a word used in stories and old books and things like that. It's not a word you use in normal everyday conversation, but a king might cast a prisoner into the darkest dungeon or something like that. Or in a more throwing kind of way, you could cast a stone into a lake, like in our example sentence. The little boy cast a small stone into the lake. But of course, in sort of normal conversation, we would just use the word throw or toss or something like that.
There you go. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break, but don't go away. We'll be back soon.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。我们在第一天的故事读到 Sisyphus 他竟然耍了死神，用死神他自己的锁链把他绑起来，然后困在冥界。那后来战神不高兴，他还亲自跑去冥界来释放死神。好，这就是 Sisyphus 第一次死里逃生。接下来还会有第二次，我们来看看他这一次是怎么耍死神的。好，刚刚 Jeff 老师用到 gag 这个字 ，G-A-G，gag 当名词，它有恶作剧的意思。我们其实可以用 pull a prank， 或是 pull a trick， 或者是 pull a gag， 再加上 on somebody 来表达对某人恶作剧。那故事提到说 Sisyphus 知道死神会来找他，不过他有暗藏另外一个计谋。他叫他太太在他死的时候要把他的尸体丢在广场上。那后来他太太就有照他吩咐做，于是呢 Sisyphus 的尸体就被丢在冥界的冥河边。这边有一个单字 cast。Cast 在这边当动词，表示丢或是抛或是掷。那它的动词三态是同形的。再看到文中用到 have something up one's sleeve， 或者是说 keep something up one's sleeve， 表示藏有锦囊妙计，有留一手。好，接回到课文中。
The myth of Sisyphus.
There, Sisyphus complained to Persephone, the goddess of the underworld, that his wife had disrespected him by not giving him a proper burial. He begged her for a chance to return to the land of the living to punish his wife. Persephone agreed, giving him 3 days to deal with Merope and come back to the underworld. Sisyphus, however, broke his promise.
What a tricky, cunning guy. Even now that he's dead, he's still playing tricks on people. Yes, next, Sisyphus is going to trick the gods once more, and he's going to do so by betraying his wife. Not a nice guy. Anyways, there in the underworld, Sisyphus complained to Persephone, the goddess of the underworld, that his wife had disrespected him by not giving him a proper burial. But remember, he had requested his wife to do this to him.
That's right. He asked his wife to cast his body or just throw his body in the public square. This might not have been a proper burial, but he asked her to do it. You can't blame his wife for disrespecting him, but this, of course, is part of his cunning plan. He, that's of course Sisyphus, he begged her for a chance to return to the land of the living to punish his wife. So there's ghost Sisyphus pleading to the goddess to let him go. My wife humiliated me, embarrassed me, did terrible things after I died. Let me go back as a ghost to scare her, to punish her, or something like that. But then, of course, since he's very cunning and tricky, he can talk a good game, so Persephone agreed. He convinced her to let him go free. Persephone agreed, giving him 3 days to deal with Merope and come back to the underworld. So she's letting him go from the underworld, from the land of the dead, for 3 days to go back as a ghost and punish his wife.
And of course, Sisyphus is going to break his promise.
He's not going to come back.
Of course not. Sisyphus, however, we learn, broke his promise. Yeah, you'd think that Persephone, based on this guy's reputation, wouldn't have trusted him, but she did. And yes, later on, Sisyphus broke his promise. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take another break, but don't go away. We'll be back soon.
刚刚说到 Sisyphus 的尸体就被丢在冥界的冥河边，那接着呢，他就向冥界女神波塞芬尼抱怨说，他太太不尊重他，没有替他好好办葬礼。哈，什么？这明明是他自己要求的。那 Sisyphus 就是想要拜托冥界女神给他一个机会，回到人世间去好好骂他的太太，惩罚他太太。然后后来冥界女神就同意给他3天的时间来处理这件事情，3天之后要回到冥界。可是奸诈的 Sisyphus 当然没有遵守承诺啊！你都从冥界逃走，谁还会想回去啊？好，那我们先来看2个补充单字 ，disrespect。disrespect 它是动词，表示不尊敬或是无礼。那么 burial 表示埋葬或是葬礼，是当名词来用。那刚刚 Mike 老师说 Sisyphus 很会掰，他可能故意说他太太没有好好办葬礼啊，对他是一种羞辱，害他很丢脸、难为情等等的。好，老师这时候用到 humiliate 这个字表示羞辱，它是拼作 humiliate humiliate。老师还用到 talk a good game， 什么意思呢？就是光靠一张嘴，你就可以把某个比赛或是游戏讲得很精彩，那可以用来描述某个人很会掰，讲得天花乱坠的。介华课文中
The myth of Sisyphus.
When Sisyphus finally died at a ripe old age, the gods welcomed the chance to punish him for his crime of thinking he could outsmart Zeus. Sisyphus was made to roll a giant rock to the top of a steep hill, but whenever he got near the summit, the rock would roll back down. He was thus forced to start again and repeat this mindless punishment forever.
Okay, Sisyphus has betrayed Persephone. Add that name to the long list of gods that Sisyphus has tricked or betrayed. Something bad is going to happen to him, everyone. He is going to be punished for his transgressions. Anyways, Sisyphus has returned to the land of the living, and when Sisyphus finally died at a ripe old age, the gods welcomed the chance to punish him for his crime of thinking he could outsmart Zeus. So it's coming, everyone. Yep. He is going to be punished. Anyways, let's talk about the adjective ripe right now. If you're talking about, let's say, fruit that's not quite ready to eat, you can call that fruit not ripe. When it is ripe, you can eat it now. Now, in this particular situation, when you talk about a ripe old age, you're talking about someone living for a very long time. Not only do they die old, they were very old, they died at a ripe old age. For example, those apples are ripe and ready to be eaten. Okay, they're red and succulent and delicious looking. Go ahead and eat them. Those apples are ripe.
There you go. Yes, usually we use ripe to talk about food, fruit, vegetables. But that term, a ripe old age, is something you might read, right? People live to a ripe old age or die at a ripe old age. That usually means they're 70, 80, 90 years old. We're not talking about eating old people, so don't get that confused. Sisyphus, let's get back to him. So he's finally died. The gods finally have their hands on him. They're finally going to be able to punish him, and boy, do they punish him. On day 1, I said there's one thing I know about Sisyphus. This is it. Sisyphus, this is his punishment. Sisyphus was made to roll a giant rock to the top of a steep hill. But whenever he got near the summit, the rock would roll back down and he'd have to start all over again.
I believe a large bird of prey would also consume a portion of his anatomy.
Oh,
as well.
I think that was Prometheus, I believe.
Oh, that's Prometheus.
Chained to the rock. But the gods were very good at thinking of clever punishments.
Diabolical punishments.
That you would then have to do for the rest of time. This is his punishment there, kind of in hell. Rolling this rock up, it always slips back down, and he's got to do it again and again and again. And it's not easy. Of course, it's a giant rock, so it's very heavy, and it's also a steep hill, so it's it's very difficult because if the hill is steep, it is at a high angle. Okay, think of like a ski hill or something like that, where even walking up it on dry ground would be a big workout for your legs, and running down it would be dangerous. You'd probably fall and tumble and something like that. So we could have something flat or something quite steep. And of course, if it's steep, it's much harder to walk up. For example, be careful on those stairs. They are quite steep, like the old stairs in a castle or something can be quite steep and difficult to climb.
Now we also have the word summit to talk about here. It's a noun. The summit of a mountain is the top of that mountain. It's the highest peak for a mountain. That's all there is to it. For example, after days of climbing, Jean and her team finally reached the summit of the mountain. They got to the top of the mountain. Anyways, poor Sisyphus. Yes, he was a bad guy, but was his punishment excessive? I think so. I do think so. Poor guy. Anyways, he was thus forced to start again and repeat this mindless punishment forever. So yes, the ball would roll back down, the stone would roll back down, and then he'd have to start all over again. And this would go on forever and ever and ever.
So I guess he's still doing it now as we stand here.
It's possible.
Somewhere in the underworld, there's poor Sisyphus pushing that rock. Man, his hands must be sore now. He's probably got a bad back and bad knees because he's doing it forever. This adverb just basically means for all time. It will never end, all right? So, you know, we might hope that the universe will be around forever. Long after we're dead and gone, certain things will be here almost like they'll be here for all time. They will never end. For example, Pat wished that he could live forever. He would like to be 5,223 years old.
No, older. He never wants to die.
Yeah.
Ever.
That's a long time, though.
Anyways, folks, that's it for our article, but we still have the what do you think question to ask and answer. Hey, Mike, what do you think about Sisyphus's punishment?
I think Sisyphus's punishment is perfectly okay, because the Greek gods were really mean, and since he was Greek, he should have known that.
Okay, I'm going to change my tune, and I'm going to agree with you. Yeah, I think Sisyphus's punishment, it makes sense, because he was a really bad guy. Now, earlier I mentioned, or Mike mentioned, Prometheus. Prometheus brought fire to people and was punished for that.
He stole fire from the gods.
But he still made sure that we had wonderful, wonderful fire.
That was a more terrible punishment. I will agree.
Okay, so yes, Sisyphus, he definitely deserved it. Prometheus, not so much.
Yeah, that's true. And his punishment was more terrible. Yeah. We won't talk about that today. Maybe another time where you can look it up. But thanks for joining us. Try not to be like Sisyphus. And if someone says there's a rock, please push it up the top of the hill. Run away because it's a Greek god and you're in big trouble. Until then, until the next time, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Don't push that rock, man. Don't do it.
等到 Sisyphus 终于寿终正寝的时候，众神总算等到机会可以好好惩罚他了。好，于是 Sisyphus 就被迫要把一颗巨石滚到一座很陡峭的山顶上。每当他接近山顶的时候，这个巨石，这个大石头又会滚到山下，然后他就被迫要永无止境的一直推石头，一直重复这个单调无聊的处罚。好，那我们先来看4个单字 ，ripe。ripe 通常会用来形容这个水果是成熟的，那也可以用来形容是高龄的。像文中用到 a ripe old age 就表达高龄长寿。好，那单字例句提到说那些苹果成熟可以吃了，这时候 Jeff 老师用到 succulent 来形容苹果 ，succulent succulent 意思就跟 juicy 很相近，它表示多汁美味的。好，下一个单字 steep 它表示陡峭的，也可以用来形容急剧的。再来 summit 它表示顶峰山顶。forever 这个副词则是指永远，也可以表达老是怎么样，不断的怎么样，它是一个副词。好，同学们会觉得宙斯的惩罚太过头、太邪恶吗？老师们最后提到普罗米修斯，他因为帮人类偷了火，然后被宙斯锁在悬崖上，每天还有猛禽会去吃他的肝脏，他的肝每天晚上会长回来，隔天又要被吃。这样听起来 Sisyphus 为他的过错所受的惩罚好像只是刚好而已。好，那我们最后来补充一下老师们用到 transgression 这个字。 Transgression 表示违反、违法，常常用来指违反这个规则或是法律。那它也可以用来指这种社会道德上的这个逾矩啊、越线的意思。还有 diabolical，diabolical，D-I-A-B-O-L-I-C-A-L 这个字则是形容恶魔般的、邪恶的、非常糟的。好，那么以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。大家好，我是 Hanny， 欢迎收看我们的文法单元。今天要介绍文法重点有2个，第一个是 be made to 加原形动词，第二个是 whenever 的用法。好，我们先来学 be made to 加原形动词。make 当实义动词，它有逼迫、迫使的意思，我们用 make 加受词加原形动词来表达迫使某人做某事，要求某人做某事。那么被动用法 be made to 加原形动词则表示被迫、被要求做某事。举例来说， Tim's mother made him finish his homework before dinner. Tim 的妈妈要他在吃晚餐之前写完作业。那如果改成被动语态，我们可以写作Tim was made to finish his homework before dinner by his mother. Tim 被妈妈要求在吃晚餐之前要写完作业。好，最后来学 whenever 的用法。Whenever 当连接词，可以用来引导时间副词子句，表达每当怎么样、每次怎么样，意思就相当于 each time 或是 every time。例如，The dog starts barking whenever the doorbell rings. 每当门铃响的时候，那只狗就会开始叫，一直吠叫。要是家里还养了一只鹦鹉，然后它会学门铃，那就惨了。鹦鹉一直啾啾啾啾啾，然后狗狗就喔喔喔啾啾喔。同学们家里有没有同时养狗跟鹦鹉的？欢迎来信或者在影片下方留言跟我们分享哦。好，以上是今天重点整理，我们下次见了，拜拜。
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to English in Action.
I'm Shane.
I'm Holly.
Oh, Holly, you're so cute.
Next time you touch my face, you're dead. Do I make myself clear?
Wow, yeah, very clear.
Anyway,
好凶。
是你白目。Anyway， 我们今天的主题是我讲的够清楚了吗 ？OK， 你听得懂人话吗
Yes, you made yourself clear.
我们进入对话 OK 吗
Okay, okay, fine.
All right， 进入对话喽。You are not allowed to use your cell phone this month. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Dad.
Do I make myself clear?
Yeah.
其实这通常都是比较谨慎、严谨的在讲这一句哦，就不会是 Do I make myself clear？ 不会这样讲，对不对？
So 就有点凶，真的。
对，So clear 这个字呢，本身是清澈的意思，清楚的、透明的，
就很明白 ，right？
没错，
不是模糊的，就是 You know what I mean? It's clear.
Yeah. 那还有什么讲法呢？
You can say, Is that clear?
OK， 就是差不多的意思。Is that clear？ 够清楚了吗
Is that clear? Do you understand?
Understand？ 你们明白了吗
Do you understand?
或是有没有更简洁，就是 understood？
Oh, understood?
好像又更严肃了，是不是
？So scary.
Yeah. 好，我们再复习一次哦。Do I make myself clear?
Do I make myself clear?
Is that clear?
Is that clear?
Do you understand?
Do you understand?
是真的有 understand 吗
All right, so next time you're not sure how to say it in English?
靠我们就对了。